Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome to the very first Blood Splattered vlog of 2021. And today we're going to talk about PG PSYCHO GOREMAN, which is the latest film from one of the dudes that basically was one of the dudes who worked for Astron 6 for a while.
Yeah. This is Astron 6, you may remember, as the people who brought us Manborg.
Father's Day. Some of the guys that worked for Astron 6 went on to make The Void, including this guy, Stephen Kostanski. I probably mispronounced that. I'll put it right here.
Yeah, I think Stephen Kostanski sounds about right.
Yeah. I'll put the name right here so you can read it at your own leisure. But yeah, one of the guys that worked on Astron 6. So if you've seen any Astron 6 film, then you probably have a little bit of an idea of what you're getting into with this film.
Yeah, and this is one of the most Astron-y 6 movies that they have made.
Probably like next to Manborg.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You might also remember them from their short BioCop.
Yes, which when we get to the spoiler section, we have something to say about BioCop, so We'll get there in a second. But first, this film, to give like a capsule idea of what this film is like, I thought about this long and hard, and the best description I can think of, because I've heard a lot of people describe it, the best description I can think of is imagine if you took a movie kind of like E.T., where you have like a little kid meeting some creature from another world and befriending them, but like the world can't accept them being together. But imagine that, except the creature is like a monster from Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
Like a nightmare demon of some kind.
Yeah. Another way to put it would be, imagine fucking something like Kamen Rider or fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers if it was done by Trauma.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Both of those descriptions are pretty accurate. So if you're intrigued based on that alone, then you definitely need to check out PSYCHO GOREMAN.
Yeah.
Before we get to the spoilers, what did you think of this movie?
Well, I fucking loved it. This is the kind of movie that I just really I'm usually always up for.
Oh, God, yeah.
It is dumb as hell. It's super subversive.
Yeah.
And it is just there to fuck with you.
It's a lot like Turbo Kid.
Yeah, it's a lot like Turbo Kid.
You know, like, you know how Turbo Kid took a lot of like kids stuff from like the 80s and 90s and then kind of like made a super hard R movie out of it that still kind of had a weird heart of gold to it.
Yeah.
This movie kind of does a little bit of that, though I think its heart is a little bit more sour compared to Turbo Kid.
Well, like, Turbo Kid felt like a PG-13 movie that like got bumped up to an R. Mm-hmm. This feels like a direct-to-video kids movie that like got bumped up to an R.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you seen movies like Deadly Friend where you're sitting there going like, who is this for? It's got like R-rated gore, but it seems to be a kids movie. This is that done intentionally.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe, oh God, I don't even know if I would go with Deadly Friend so much as like the tonal whiplash. I feel like it'd be more something like The Tooth Fairy or The First Kid or one of those goddamn
you know what
things.
It's Star Kid, but with an R rating.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if any of you've seen that 90s movie Star Kid where the kid finds that like spacesuit that becomes his friend. It's basically E.T. with a spacesuit. Basically what it is.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that, but except instead of a spacesuit, it's a nightmare creature that is here to cause
it's a
chaos.
space demon. It's a space demon is basically what it is.
So, like, it's super fucking hard R. It's PSYCHO GOREMAN, so there's a lot of gore.
Yeah.
Not really so much in the nudity department, but, I mean, who the fuck would get nude in this movie?
Like, I don't,
the mom?
No. There's no nudity in this movie, but there really doesn't need any.
No.
You know, like, another thing to point out, GWAR fans are going to love this movie.
Shit, yeah. This feels like the kind of movie that GWAR should have been making when they were making movies.
Yes. Yeah, it absolutely does. Like, imagine fucking a kid's movie, but instead of something like E.T., it was odorous.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a good way to put it.
Fucking movie.
That's a good way to put it. It's like fucking like Iron Giant, but the Iron Giant is fucking like Pinhead. Like
yeah. It's messed up because like now the thing that's funny about it is that the alien plays it is the only character that's playing it deadly seriously.
Yeah, he's playing it 100% seriously. The kids in the movie are extremely goofy and over the top, intentionally so. And then there's like the one dad who's playing it understated, but that's part of the joke.
Yeah.
Is that he's kind of this lazy, kind of understated character who's very sarcastic. But weirdly enough, despite all these weird tonal whiplashes, this movie works.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's about a brother and his sister learning to get along.
Hey, it's about the whole family learning to get along, to be honest, because there's like conflicts between the mom and the dad, and then there's conflicts between the kids and the parents, and there's conflicts between the kids and themselves. And by the end of the movie, you know, they're all brought together in a flurry of gore.
Yep.
So yeah, Psycho Goreman. It is currently available on demand on various services. I think we watched it on Vudu.
Yeah.
That's what we rented it on. But I think it's also...
It's a Shudder production, but I don't think it's on Shudder.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on Shudder yet, but if it is, like, go check it out.
It might be on Shudder by the time this vlog goes up. But
if you have Shudder, though, at least bookmark that, because that's gonna... when it's available, you're gonna want to watch it.
Yeah, you're absolutely gonna want to watch this.
Yeah, I fucking loved this movie. This movie is a total goddamn blast. This is the kind of movie where if it came out a few years ago, every online critic would be like, who is this movie for? And I'd be sitting there watching their reviews going, me! It's for me!
We hate you. We hate you, other reviewers. You know? Oh, man, no. I fucking loved it. You know who also, like, really loved this movie? And the maniacal cinephile, Andy.
Nice. Oh, man, we love Andy over here.
Oh, yeah,
at Blood
definitely.
Splattered Cinema. Andy is the fucking boss.
He's a gem. Go give him a sub, if you haven't already. I imagine if you're watching us, you're already watching him, though.
I'll even link Andy's channel in the description so you can go check him out, because if you have not seen The Maniacal Cinephile, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the kind of horror fan who likes arguing which remakes are better than whatever. He has a whole show called Boots to Reboots that's comparing remakes to their originals, and it's just... it blows my show out of the water, and like,
oh, he's so good. Like,
absolutely,
he's the guy at the top of the game at this point.
Speaking of my show, actually, we have recently filmed a bunch of shit for Blood Splattered Cinema. So, if you're wondering where we've been for the past like 2-3 months,
election, COVID, riot, election, fucking...
I was kind of in actually both of us were kind of like in like, I don't know what else to call it, but PTSD-induced depression, so...
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was like this was like, it was like this weird media-induced Vietnam.
Because I watched a lot of movies during that period of time, but I couldn't bring myself to vlog any of them, even though I loved them. Like, I saw Freaky, that movie was fun.
Yeah.
I saw, like, a whole bunch of movies that were on Shudder. But, like, I just couldn't bring myself to do anything. And we recently broke out of the non-filming funk, like, a week ago to film some Blood Splattered Cinema stuff. And now we're getting back into the groove. And hopefully this will be the start of many new vlogs in the coming year. Because, I gotta be honest... despite how shitty things have been, I'm kind of hopeful now. And,
well, yeah. There's now, not only is there now room for improvement, there's actually the ability to have improvement.
We can be proven wrong. However, it feels like there's improvement.
Yeah, this might all still, like, completely... Anyway, spoilers?
Spoilers, yes. So, go check out Psycho Goreman, and if you want some spoilers, we are about to go into the spoiler section, so you have been warned.
I don't know what we can really spoil, actually, because, like, the joy of this movie is fucking watching it. It's kind of like spoiling The Toxic Avenger.
Well, it's the it's the inherent problem with a movie that's a comedy.
Yeah.
Is that a movie that's a comedy, it's really hard to talk about in a spoiler sense, because the only thing to really spoil, especially once you understand the core plot of the movie, is... the jokes.
Yeah, and where it ends up. Like, how to put it? At some point, someone gets turned to a giant brain with tentacles and googly eyes, and he asks in a mournful tone, "Will I ever be normal again?" And a character just straight up goes, "No, I don't think that's happening. No."
Well, yeah.
Sorry, man.
See you tomorrow. This is a fucking kids movie with like a Warhammer 40K sense of like life sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, life's just ass. Just fucking get used to it, you know? Like, life sucks, get a helmet, you know?
Like, you get turned into a giant brain, you're just like that now.
Yeah,
that's just life.
You're just a brain spawn now.
You know,
like that's just it.
You know, and it's the kind of movie where a kid gets turned into a giant brain, and his family just kind of accepts it.
Yeah, they just kind of roll with it.
It's just like, oh, whatever.
Oh, don't
eat your vegetables. I can't.
And, yeah.
He doesn't actually say I can't, but that's the vibe you get when he's like trying to eat the food.
Well, it's also a movie where basically the world is basically destroyed at the end of it.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Like, this family is brought together. Everything is happy and like, hey, we are now finally getting over our differences as a family unit. But it's also the end of the world.
Yeah.
Which was kind of induced by them.
Yes.
By unleashing the demon and letting him free, because it's these kind of movies, right? Like these ETs, these Iron Giants, these various types of movies. Always there's a point in which either the creature sacrifices themselves and goes away, or they are set free. They go back to their own kind.
Yeah. This movie doesn't do that.
Well, here's the thing: this movie does. The movie is the creature is set free, but his freedom is destroying
the world. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a very sarcastic movie.
Yes.
You know, it's super sarcastic, and I loved it. And Biocop shows up in this damn thing.
Yes, if you've seen the Astron 6 short Biocop, which is basically the entire joke of it, is it's a cop that's eternally melting, and he's like this weird monstrosity, and he's constantly going like, kill me!
Yeah, but he can't die because he's undead.
Yeah,
you know?
he can't.
I can't let somebody up the street with a gun who's got emotional problems!
Please kill me.
Biocop actually makes an appearance in this movie, and we gotta kind of get a weird pseudo origin of Biocop in which this nightmare creature turns a cop into Biocop.
Yeah.
And
he's credited as Biocop.
He is. And in the short little stint where he's in the movie, he's basically constantly just trying to kill himself, but he can't. And he's just like, ah! And that character will never not be funny. Like, Biocop...
Oh, jeez.
Here's the thing. Biocop is so funny that I would watch an entire movie of it. Even though Biocop was a short, I would have watched an entire movie of it because that joke just never not funny. And this movie proved that to me.
Well, like, I mean, how awesome would it be to be like Toxic Avenger meets Biocop?
Oh man, that'd be the perfect crossover, actually. That would be the perfect crossover. Astron 6 Trauma teaming up together. Toxic Biocop. I'd watch that.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd be great. Oh, man.
So if you can't tell that we're all over the place, we're not even sure what to talk about other than fucking watch it. It's a blast.
Like, if none of the descriptions of the fucking movie, if fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers done by Gwar don't get you to fucking watch the movie, I don't know what fucking will.
Yeah.
It's just not for you at that point, because it is just gratuitous amounts of sputum.
I will say, this movie probably so far, it has the line to beat for the year for me. Like the best line of the year so far, and obviously it's the beginning of the year, so there might be lines to top it, but the best line of the year so far is "Not my hunky boys."
Yeah. I don't like hunky boys.
Or do I? And then later on in the movie, the bad guy destroys the Hunky Boys magazine or tramples all over it. It's just like, not my Hunky Boys! Or it's something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much the line. And it was just like, oh, I guess he's gay too. You know?
I mean, he's an interdimensional fucking space demon from hell. Or not really from hell. He's technically from another planet.
From another planet. The planet of Gygax.
Yeah.
If you just in case you weren't sure this was nerdy enough.
Fuck, okay, here's something we could talk about. You know what this movie has in spades that's amazing? Awesome puppets and costumes.
Oh yeah.
And like some of the costumes and puppets feel like they're like right out of like the Power Rangers or like a Sentai show.
Oh yeah.
But others look like legit fucking horror monsters.
Yeah,
like, it's a great balance.
The only reason they look like kind of goofy is because they're really well lit.
Yeah.
And you can see everything because it's supposed to be kind of stupid.
Yes.
You know? Like Psycho Goreman himself looks great.
Like the movie frequently cuts to the scene of like this council in space that's trying to just stop Psycho Goreman. And that's not his actual name, but that's the name they give him. But they're trying to stop Psycho Goreman. And this council, like on the council, has some of the best like makeup, costume, puppetry stuff I've seen in a movie.
Yeah.
In a while.
On a budget.
On this kind of budget.
Real obvious budget.
Like obviously like shit like that you see on The Mandalorian is like above and beyond.
That's above and beyond.
But like in terms of like low budget fucking cinema, the puppetry and the costuming in those sequences alone is like way beyond what I'm used to in these kind of movies.
Yeah. Like it's the
beyond
kind of stuff you It's the kind of stuff you usually only see in like more recent Gwar shows. Actually,
it's beyond probably the most comparable movie that Astron 6 made, which is Manborg.
Oh yeah, it's way better. The effects are way better.
The whole joke of Manborg was that everything looks like shit.
Yeah,
intentionally so, and that's kind of part of what makes that fun. In this, it's like they upped the game a little bit. Now, granted, these guys already kind of upped the game when they made The Void and they made a serious movie and they made that look amazing.
Oh yeah.
But this is going back to the more goofy sense.
Yeah. This is making a stupider movie.
Yeah.
And the thing that I noticed is that they did film it like it was a fucking Kamen Rider.
Yeah, they did.
It's got that kind of lighting, it's that kind of staging.
Especially that sequence in the woods when he's fighting all of his former paladins.
Yes, exactly. They're doing all the zoom in and zoom out that they usually fucking
It's 100% Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, Super Sentai. It's 100%.
Yeah. But just with lots of gore,
yes.
as God intended.
A shit ton of gore. When we're introduced to Psycho Goreman, he like fucking turns people inside out and then like freezes this one guy into this weird like meat monstrosity until the guy falls over and then his brains splatter everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's just his introduction as a character. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's the meat cube.
Yeah, the meat cube.
You'll see the meat. When you see the
poor
meat
lady.
Cube. Yeah. It's like, oh, geez, that was horrible.
But like this is the kind of movie where you have a character like Psycho Goreman, this demon from space, and a little kid is basically taking him to school,
Yeah.
To play.
She is an asshole.
She's a psychopath. She's a pure psychopath. I don't know what else to like. I don't know. Like if this were like not like the kind of movie it is, she would be the bad guy.
Oh yeah. Like imagine like someone getting a hold of a demon, but it's like Problem Child.
Yeah.
Like
fucking Damien from The Omen gets a hold of the demon. But even then, like that's a little bit more serious. Like this is way like goofier.
Yeah. This is a super stupid.
So she gets this super demon from space and then makes him play her weird like dodgeball game that she made up. It's like a variation of dodgeball.
Yeah. Like what was it? Crazy Ball?
Crazy Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
With all these arbitrary rules that the movie kind of like when she starts explaining the rules, the movie doesn't let us hear them all, so we have no idea.
Yeah. So we're like, we have no idea how this game is played.
And this
you get the important bits.
And this movie culminates in a game of Crazy Ball, and you have no idea what the rules are, and that's half the fun.
Yeah.
Because neither do the villains.
Oh man, no, this movie's totally
Psycho Goreman, PG Psycho Goreman. Ask for it by name. It is
not a PG movie.
It is not a PG movie, though I do love that.
Yeah, I love that little. I see what they did there.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Absolutely. Good. I think all movies should be rated PG Psycho Goreman. So, with all that said, where can they find you these days, Count Jackula?
Well, these days you can mainly find me on fucking Twitch. Mm-hmm. That is twitch.tv/count_Jackula. Because we have once again lost our Twitter account for some reason that they never fucking explained.
Twitter's being a really fucking obnoxious when it comes to Jack. Like, he got, hounded by a bunch of, neo-Nazis because he retweeted someone else's tweet about how it's okay to kick Nazis out of bars.
Yeah.
And it was someone else's tweet. But because he retweeted it, they took down Jack's account. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it was really super fucking
And I don't
annoying.
even think it was you retweeted someone else's tweet. You retweeted someone who screenshotted the original tweet.
Yeah.
It's
They were many degrees of fucking separation.
Yeah, there's all these degrees of separation, and for some reason, Jack's account got taken down for that, and then when he tried to create a new account, they just took that down too, and it's just been this cycle of misery ever since, and...
Yeah, who knows if I'm ever going to get that thing
So,
back.
if you want to follow Count Jackula now, you need to go to his Twitch account, and you need to go follow him on that. Subscribe if you want, because money's good. Follow him at the very least, so that when he goes live, you know he's going live.
Yeah, I also have an Instagram, which is Satanic Jackula. that's it. Just Satanic Jackula, one word.
Yeah.
And how about you?
Y'all know me. I'm the Horror Guru. My Twitter account is currently still available at the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on pretty much everything else. My Facebook, I barely update that Facebook page.
That lasts.
I barely update that Facebook page, but that Facebook page is still the Horror Guru / Blood Splattered Cinema. You can find me on Twitch, though I haven't been streaming much lately, though maybe I'll change that this year. We'll see. It's been like last year going into the pandemic, on top of it being like the last year of the Trump presidency, was like, I feel like I'm finally coming out of a fog that I didn't even realize I was in.
Everyone who was able to keep to their fucking production schedule last year, like, hats off to you. Holy crap.
Oh, God, because, like, I had started ramping up in 2019, and I did a whole bunch of Blood Splattered Cinemas, but, like, I did the one in 2020, and then, like, it took me forever to do the second one.
Yeah.
Because, like, I just...
Yeah, because we completed that one in, like, April or something.
Yeah. And it took me forever to fucking edit that together just to motivate myself. And thankfully, I was doing some vlogs in between. But then towards the end of the year, I was just like, I can't do shit right now.
Yeah. Like, we get kind of complicated. And like I said, like, people were able to keep up the production schedule. Fucking hats off to you.
Super hats off to you.
You know?
So hopefully I'll ramp up again this year. Again, we got Blood Splattered Cinema that's almost finished filming, and we got this vlog, and hopefully we'll have more vlogs as we watch more movies this year.
Yeah. I stream at least twice a week once on Thursdays, the other on Sunday.
His stream, he does at least twice a week.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and they usually last for like 4 to 6 hours.
Yep.
So
if you want 4 to 6 hours of watching Jack just shooting the shit about life, about politics, about anything, sometimes he's just sitting there talking about 70s movies and tits. That's
yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, all the things that are good in life.
Exactly.
You know? Like, come on, you know.
He sometimes brings people on, like he'll like interview like porn stars, he'll interview like horror people, he'll interview whoever the hell will like respond back.
Yeah, I need to actually watch Ken Everdahl's the last movie that he released.
Oh shit!
Which was Perry, the Girl with No Mouth.
I did not know that was out.
Have
Okay,
him back on the show and we can talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. And then we can vlog it.
Yeah. Which I guarantee it's going to be good. You know, because
absolutely.
I haven't seen him. He hasn't made a bad movie yet. So
absolutely. So as per usual, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube like favors engagement and watch time right now. So the longer you watch the videos and the more you engage with the videos by liking it, by commenting on it, by even sharing it, the better the video does. So if you could do any of that stuff right now, it would really help us out. Be sure to check out our Patreon pages.
Yep.
And remember that if you go to our Patreon pages, even $1 a month can go a long way. And I guess with that said, we're going to go... Probably I'm going to go edit some videos and he's going to go write some shit.
Yeah. I got writing to do.
So peace out, my fellow gorehounds, and go watch Psycho Goreman.